A 52-year-old Milwaukee man charged with robbery and aggravated battery allegedly tried to get his victim, an undocumented immigrant, deported. Prosecutors are saying that Demetric D. had sent a series of letters to state and federal officials threatening to assassinate President Donald Trump, but not using his own name, using the name of the person that he robbed. Again, the letters had the return address and name of the victim in the case, Ramon Morales-Reyes, an undocumented immigrant. Now, just a day after receiving the letter, ICE agents arrested Morales-Reyes after he dropped his daughter off at school in Milwaukee. Days after his arrest, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem issued a press release identifying Morales-Reyes as sending the letter threatening to kill the president. Now, of course, it didn't happen. He didn't write the letter, but he's still in ICE detention, by the way, and may end up getting deported. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. The family, of course, and Morales-Reyes' attorney immediately called BS on that, simply because they point out that Morales-Reyes cannot speak or write in English. I mean, it's kind of hard to write a death threat in English if you don't know English. I'm just saying, it's... But anyway, Scott was charged on June 2nd with felony witness intimidation, identity theft, and 2 counts of bail jumping. Now, part of the case against Scott involved listening to calls that he made while in jail, where he basically admitted to this. In fact, here's the transcript of the call saying, this dude is an expletive illegal immigrant, and they just need to pick his ass up, right? This is according to a call recording linked to Scott's jail inmate ID that is cited in the complaint. The judge will agree, because if he gets picked up by ICE, there won't be a jury trial, so they will probably dismiss it that day. That's my plan. Wow. Let me just say this. Yeah. Also, you don't announce your plan on the prison phone. I mean, do you not understand that they listen to that? I mean, come on. Yeah, of course they listen to it. You just admitted your entire plan on the phone to the people who are... Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I can't handle it. It's going to break my brain. All right? Yeah, of course they listen to it. But guess what? Part of it might actually work, because Morales-Reyes could be very well deported. Okay? He applied for a U visa. Now, what is a U visa? Basically, it allows undocumented victims and witnesses of certain crimes to stay in the United States for up to 4 years if they help with the investigation. He applied for that visa as a victim and a witness of a robbery Scott is accused of. And according to his lawyer, Kimia Abdulni, his application was delivered to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services over a month ago, but there's been no receipt. Now, that said, the lawyer's like, don't worry about that. All right, it's gonna take some time. All right, due to the significant backlog of cases, it takes about 2 months, according to the lawyer, to even get a receipt, and at least 7 to 8 years to receive the visa. I mean, understand that is how backed up and inefficient our immigration system is. Okay. And so I guess if you're a right winger and you're wondering why so many people end up becoming undocumented, even though a lot of them do come over with, visas and all that, it's because the process takes forever. We need more immigration judges, and we need to streamline the system. But of course, Republicans don't want to do that, because then they would lose one of their big policy issues they can run against Democrats on is illegals. Yeah. So, but anyway, in the meantime, Morales-Reyes is not protected from deportation. So here's the thing about this, right? This is a really messed up situation, and a great example of how Trump's immigration plan actually promotes crime. Yes, it promotes crime. I know the right wing is, they're all undocumented illegals, they're all criminals. Oh, criminals are coming over, doing crime. No, this guy's a victim. He is a victim of a crime. But the victim could be deported for being a victim. I mean, it's insane. This is why, by the way, most undocumented victims do not report that they have been victimized by crime. Okay, this creates a situation where it is open season on undocumented groups of undocumented immigrants, especially when you have ICE cracking down on anybody who is suspected to be undocumented. They can just disappear them off the street. I mean, it's again, this actually encourages crime. I mean, it's just horrific. Now, that said, at least threatening to kill the president is not going to be something that Morales-Reyes is going to be charged with, because again, Scott had admitted, according to the complaint, on May 30th that he had written everything on the letters and the envelopes to prevent Morales-Reyes from testifying against him at trial. The same day, a Milwaukee police officer executed a search warrant for Scott's jail cell, where they found a blue pen and an envelope containing the Milwaukee ICE office's address and a phone number. So, I mean, that's it. As a result of the defendant's actions, Ramon Morales-Reyes faces the possibility of removal from this country. The complaint says he did not consent to anyone using his name and address in the sending of letters pretending to be him. Now, Scott has already had quite his own rap sheet here. In fact, at the time of his arrest, he had an open warrant for skipping court in a burglary case. He was charged with breaking into his mother's apartment building with two other men and stealing a ladder and other items. In handwritten letters to the judge, Scott has offered to plead guilty to a misdemeanor battery charge in the robbery case and misdemeanor theft in the burglary case. And now, apparently, he's going to have to deal with these new charges. So, there it is. Once again, though, this is a great example of how undocumented people often are not the perpetrators of crimes. They're actually the victims of crimes as a result of being fearful of their immigration status. And that is something that does not get talked about enough, especially in the conversation involving immigrants and crime. Because again, I've told you over and over again, cited the studies where, undocumented immigrants do far, far less crime, commit far less crime than native-born American citizens. And again, this is just another example of an American citizen apparently using a person's immigration status against them in order to victimize them, and then victimize them even more. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.